Alrighty, so let's get it started. This is episode 3, and in the episode that I pre-recorded that never ended up recording, I was talking about loneliness and isolation and getting to know yourself within the isolation. So I'd say I've been on my spiritual journey for years. I am currently 21 right now, and I think I really started my spiritual journey at the age of 16 during COVID. I believe I was in 11th grade. Yeah. So I got really into meditation. I got into just spiritual stuff. I've always been I've been a conspiracy theorist all my damn life. I've always believed in conspiracies, and I feel like that's kind of where it starts and it evolves into something so much more expansive. So yeah, I got into my spiritual journey at 16, and I was disrupted in my journey with my first relationship, and that relationship really scarred me. When I got in this relationship, I was 17 years old until I was 18 is when it's ended. And this person, I did give a lot of my time to, a lot of my energy to. I kind of dropped every spiritual practice that I was into for this person, and I cannot blame that on anybody but myself. So I've already self-reflected on a lot of this and been like, well, you are kind of the cause, not the cause, but you played a part in your own suffering. You did, because you knew this person wasn't good for you, but you continued to hold on to this person because you felt like you needed them. So I've had a lot of spiritual awakenings within having tough experiences, because I was just so hard-headed in thinking that this is meant to be, this is what should be, so I'm gonna force it, even though I know it's not going to work out, because I'm just forcing it and I know this person is resisting. So I've had a lot of experiences, well, not a lot, I've only had 2 really harsh experiences where I've had to learn very harsh lessons, which pushed me into my spiritual growth. So I'm incredibly thankful for all of those lessons that I've had to endure, because it wouldn't have made me into the person I am today. So yeah, so since that relationship, he was my first everything, and he broke me down, and I played a part in my breaking down. Now I can have some accountability towards it, but I still believe that I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that at all. But a part of me grew some fear when it came to relationships after that. I became an avoidant, and it's really interesting because I think in that relationship my ex was the avoidant and I was the one that was what's opposite of avoidant? Whatever's opposite of avoidant, that's what I was. I was very clingy. I needed him. I felt like I needed him. I felt like I couldn't breathe without him. I almost had it. I can't think of it right now, but I was very attached. And he was very avoidant. And after that relationship, I became an avoidant person. And I'm still an avoidant person to this day, because I was scarred from all the hurt that I endured, and the mistrust and the manipulation and denying my intuition when my intuition was right the whole time. So I think it created a lot of resentment towards myself too, a lot of anger towards myself, because I was just like, bro, you knew what the case was and you still denied your intuition, and you still denied the truth within yourself because you were listening to the lies that this person was telling you. So I think I grew a lot of self-hate too. I wasn't hateful of myself, but I was very angry with myself, because I was like, how could you let this happen? And now look at you. Now look where you're at. You're not in a relationship anymore. He cheated on you. You got hurt. And now you're left with all of this baggage to carry. So I was really, really angry. I was angry at him. And then most importantly, I was angry at myself the most. And I was really mad. I was really angry. I went through a very angry, rocky path. So yeah, and ever since then, I feel like I've been in a deep isolation. I've been, what is the word? I just forgot it again. have an avoidant attachment. I did get involved with somebody after him when I was 19 years old, so it was like a year after exactly, and that situation ended terribly as well. And it honestly changed my life. It changed my life in the physical. So yeah, between those two situations, I was like, you know what? I took that as a sign from the universe to be like, okay, I need to be by myself. I need to learn to be by myself. I need to learn to love myself. I need to learn to build myself up all over again. I need to learn to take accountability where accountability is due. Now, the second situation, I will say it was an unexpected thing. I'm not super angry at the person. I'm just angry with how the person dealt with it. So that just changed my physical life. So it wasn't something where I felt like that was going to happen or that the person was treating me in a way that would happen. So it's something happened and my life got changed in that situation, which I don't know, maybe I'll open up about a little bit later, but I'm still dealing with it, and that was like 2 years ago now. So anyways, I've been on this self journey. I've been loving myself, learning to love myself, learning to be in isolation with myself, and I'm always a friend that goes to my friends and they're like, my life is this, my life is that, but then they still have time to talk to X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, you need time alone. You need isolation. You need to remove yourself from energies that are pulling at your energies that are not assisting in your self-growth. So I don't talk to people on Instagram. I don't chat it up on Instagram. I don't mingle with people, and I need that isolation in order to recharge. And I know not everybody is like that, but I've needed that isolation to completely recharge myself and understand myself a lot more. Understand what my body needs, understand what my emotions need, understand where I needed to build myself up again, where I needed to show myself a little bit more love than I did before, because I didn't have the self-love. I feel like if you've encountered really hurtful experiences with people sometimes, or if you felt like you needed someone, you literally needed someone and that you couldn't breathe without them, you have a lot of self-work that you need to unravel because you do not completely love yourself. You do not completely accept yourself. And it's a hard truth to face. It's a very hard truth to face. It's very hard being with yourself all the time and building a relationship with yourself because you have to face a lot of things and not mannerisms, what's the word? You have to face a lot of traits that you have that have affected your life and learn to not change them, but understand them, accept them, understand them, and love them for just the way they are, because it is a part of you ultimately, but also transmute that energy and know when and when not to give your energy out. I'm a water sign, I'm a Pisces. I love to pour into people, and I just saw this video on, I think it was on Instagram. It was on Instagram where she was like, as Pisces and air signs, she was talking about Pisces and air signs. I am traumatized from air sign, okay? But anyways, as a Pisces, as a water sign, you like to pour into people, and sometimes you'll damn, what was that? Sometimes you'll pour into the wrong people, and when you pour into the wrong people, you give away your energy. And I've had many experiences. I won't say many. I don't feel like I've had many experiences. I've had few experiences, but I've poured so much into those experiences, which has taken away so much from me. So experiencing that with my ex, I poured so much. I poured my all into that person to where I didn't even know who I was anymore. And then I was left with no energy. Like, it's literally like my energy got zapped away from me because I gave it all to someone else. And it was to a point where I didn't even recognize myself anymore. I didn't know who I was. And, going through those ages of like 17, 18, you're still going on your self-exploration journey. But I always had a deep grounding sense to myself and my self-love and to spirituality, and knowing that there is a higher consciousness above everything. There's a higher consciousness within myself. I've always had that pull. So I'm not saying like I'm above anybody, but I felt like I've had it a deeper want in my soul, which led me to this journey I'm on now. And the progression I've made now is amazing. But I say all this to say that I have entered a new season. I've been in isolation for a really, really long time. I've mingled with friends. I'm trying to make friends, but it's to a point where I'd like to have connection with people again. And I want to trust people again, and I want to let go of this avoidance that I have deep inside me, this disgust of even the thought of getting close to anybody, romantically or even in a friendship. Because I've had some experiences in friendships where I'm like, I can't trust you, or you're not authentic to who your being is, and I just don't align with that. But I've still allowed those friendships to prolong because I felt like, well, I've known this person for so long, what would I do if I just let go of this person? Like, what type of friend would I be if I did that? But again, you have to always move from a mindset of what is best for me? What is best for me? So I'm always moving out of that mindset now. Like, I'm going to do what's best for me no matter how it makes somebody else feels. And that may sound harsh, that may sound selfish, but in this lifetime, we are born with ourselves and we leave with ourselves. We are not going to be with anybody else. So yes, you are the most important person in your life, and it's not selfish. It may be selfish to other people. It is selfish, I guess you can say, but in a standpoint of you're always going to thank yourself for putting you first. You are always going to thank yourself for putting you first, because you are the most important person in your life. If you're not happy, no one's happy. If you're not happy, you can't make other people happy. If you're not happy, you're not happy. Why would you want to pour into other people if you can't even pour into yourself and you don't even feel happy within yourself? You're making all these other people happy, but what about you? What about what you want? So, transitioning. I'd like to have more human connection with people. Recently, I went to this film mixer for like Black filmies and everything. And it was really amazing. It was something that it was super out of my comfort zone, but I met a lot of people that I was like, wow, this is super cool to know that we have these similarities and we are on sort of a similar path. I felt really connected to my authentic self, especially because I want to be in film. I am a writer. I'm studying screenwriting in school right now. I'm a writer. I'm a filmmaker. And I'm aligning myself with that reality too, because before I used to be like, well, like I'm in school, I haven't really done anything, so I wouldn't consider myself a writer, but I am a writer. I am a filmmaker. I am. I've made a film. I have written a full script. I'm a writer. Like, I'm a filmmaker. This is the reality of who I am. So, where was I going with that? I have no idea. Again, it was just talking about putting yourself first and aligning yourself with the highest timeline that you should be synchronized with. So I have a wanting and a yearning for connecting with people that are similar to me, have similar mindsets to me, just similar in journey-wise. Like, you're on the same journey, we are on the same journey. I have friends where I definitely feel like we are soulmates. I have a friend where I'm like, we are soulmates, we go through the same things, and you're always going to be in my life. And I fully 100% believe that. But I do want to connect with friends and potentially a lover. I do, a romantic connection where we are on the same journey and we are growing together in the physical. Because my friend that I'm so close to, she's still in college. You know, we're both still in college, and she's in college far away. So I don't have that one-on-one connection with her. We're both living our own lives. We still talk very, very often, but it's not the same when it's not in the physical. So miss her so much, by the way. I miss her so much. Because she's really one person where I feel like truly connected to, and aligned to. Always. Like, it's so weird. It's very, very weird how we're always like aligned in some way. some way we're just like going on the same journey, and she's here and I'm here, and then we're like, okay, we're here together, and now we're like, like it's always different. So, but right now, yeah, I genuinely do want to connect with more people, and I know I just have to open my heart to it, because I know I'm still blocked off energetically in my heart space, and I've had a lot of mistrust, and I am avoidant, and I do fear getting close to new people. And it's not only romantic connections, it's also connections with friends. Some things I'm like, I don't want you to see me that deep. Like, I don't trust you, and I want to let go of this mistrust. I really, truly crave to let go of this mistrust, because I know there's people like me in this world that I can connect with, and we just get each other, and we're on the same journey. And you know, those people leave and new ones come back. So yeah, I just feel like that fear of feeling as if like nobody's gonna meet me at the same point I'm gonna meet them, because I'm a huge lover. And sometimes I know you can't expect people to behave the way you behave, but I would like someone to reciprocate the energy that I put out, because I am a huge lover. Friends, family, when I'm comfortable with you, I am going to pour into you, and I'd expect to get that back, because when I pour so much into people, I lose so much of myself. So I need that synchronicity where I'm like, okay, we're meeting each other right in the middle. We're meeting each other right in the middle. We get each other, we understand each other. You're pouring into me, I pour into you, and I love you unconditionally, and you love me unconditionally. And we're also evolving and going on our journey and understanding and communicating. So yeah, there's that craving to escape the isolation. Like, I'm done with the isolation. I know I love myself, but there's also a mistrust in who I can pick, and going back to how I used to be, going back to being blind, going back to knowing that a person is not good for me, but accepting it because I just want that yearning for love. But I know and I trust myself. I know and I trust that I'm not in that stage anymore where I'm going to accept a behavior because I want to have some fake love. Because at the end of the day, it's fake love. If I know that you are not right for me, I'm not going to continue to talk to you, because at the end of the day, that's not what I need. I need true, authentic love. And if you're not it, peace out. I'm so quick to cut people off too. I'm very quick to cut people off, depending on how long they've been in my life. Again, I had a friendship where I had to cut it off, and it was a really long friendship, but I knew it did not align with me, and I was debating for, honestly, I will say I was debating for years. And that's my problem sometimes. Once you're already in my life, like full blown, just wedged in there, it's so hard for me to remove you out, because I'm like, damn, like maybe it's just me, and then it's just like, you don't feel aligned with it, so just leave it. And if it comes back, then it's meant to be. If it doesn't, it's not. If it doesn't, then it's not. And letting go is a part of life. Death, rebirth is a part of life. New people is a part of life. People leaving is a part of life. It's the cycle, and it's for your better good. So I feel like I'm going all over the place, but I do crave an intimate connection with someone that understands me. I've had a hard time even meeting people that fully understand me. I don't want to say like I'm so different from people or like I'm higher than someone else, but I'm on a level where I really have a deep urge in my body to connect with people that truly understand me. I'm a deep person. I like deep things. I can be fun. I can laugh. I can do shit without thinking, for sure. Like, I don't have to always be a deep fucking thinker. We don't have to always talk about deep shit. But at the end of the day, my journey is aligned with this life is about journey. This life is about your journey. So what is more beautiful than sharing your journey with someone else and them completely understanding that and meeting you where you're at, meeting you at the level that you're at. And there's this quote where it's like, you can only meet people as deep as they see themselves. You can only meet people as deep as you see yourself, something like that. And that is factual. You can only meet people as deep as they go within themselves. And I don't think I found that yet. And I think it's me knowing that I haven't found that and removing everything out of my life where I feel like, okay, this is not me. This is not a part of my journey. I've been doing a lot of removing lately. So I think that something big is going to happen soon because I've been removing so much of what is no longer aligning. And I'm feeling more aligned than ever, even though I don't have all of these things that I so-called need to survive. But I feel more aligned with who I am as I'm removing. I feel like I'm getting closer to my deeper form of consciousness, my next level, I guess you can say. So, yeah, there's that crave. And now what I'm learning is to let go of any pain and resentment that I've endured in my life, any experiences that are trying to come with me into this new journey. I can't bring them with me if I want to meet new people. I can't bring this hurt with me if I want to meet new people. What I can bring is my intuition and know when someone is just not aligned. Like, oh, no, you're not meeting me there. Okay, next journey, next path. I'm going to take a left because you're not it, And it's no hard feelings. It's completely for me. It's for me. It's in tune with me. So that's the hard part of the lesson. The hard part is transitioning into these new waves. And isolation. Isolation is incredibly hard. It is hard. It's beautiful. It's hard. You go through ups and downs with yourself. You literally have a whole relationship with yourself. You see every part of yourself. And you examine it when you're in this level of exploring you. And you're like, why are you acting this way? You examine it. Let me see why you're acting this way. Maybe you're acting this way because you feel this. Maybe it's because of this. You literally start to learn yourself. So when you learn yourself, you're able to meet somebody. They know themselves. They've learned themselves too. They know what they like. They know what triggers them. And you guys can work on that in tandem. Is that the right word? I don't know. But as in, you guys have an issue. You're so aware of who you are. You're like, this is why I'm having this issue. They're so sure of who they are. They're like, this is why I'm having this issue. Then you guys work on that together. It's beautiful to know who you are because you are able to express how you feel. You're able to easily build an awareness of, this is why I feel this way, and I'd like to communicate this to you. And a person that is going to meet you at that level is going to do the exact same thing. And it's as simple as that. So yeah. Trying to find some more words, but I think I'm kind of at the level where I'm done talking. And they're having a little party here at this park. It's a lot going on. But that does make me feel good to just kind of let that out. I do want a connection. I do want a romantic connection. I do want friends where I can meet so deeply with, where we can just express ourselves and feel safe in each other. I do want that, and now I'm in the process of opening my heart to that and fully surrendering to the universe and letting the universe know, like, I'm ready. I am ready. I let go, I release, I accept, and I trust that this will happen. So, yeah. But I definitely think isolation is the key to unlocking a deeper version of yourself, unlocking all these dual parts of you, to unlocking your mind, unlocking how you feel. And you have to go through stages of isolation in life in order to bring yourself up back again. Most importantly, I feel like a connection with someone else is going to level me up more. And I need this. I'm craving this. And I know that once I intertwine with someone on a deep level like that and have an actual healthy relationship, it will have me see that part of myself in a different light. It will have me see relationships in a different light. I'm not super negative when it comes to relationships, but at the same time, I'm very mistrusting of people because I have had situations with friends, family, and romantic partners where my trust for them was broken. So I'd like to experience these things. I know what true friendship is, actually. I will say I know what true friendship is. I have true friendships. What I want more is a connected friendship where I feel we completely and totally understand each other. In high school, I definitely had that, where and I'm still friends with these people today, where we're just connected. It's so weird. It's so crazy how we connect. Just like it's just, we are like two peas in a pod. But I want to have that again. And it's hard to find people who are on this conscious journey and are really aligned with these principles and kind of removing themselves out of this 3D realm in order to connect on that level. So it's much harder. My group is getting smaller and smaller, but I know I will be able to attract these people into my life as long as I align myself with this energy space. Secondly, I know what family is. I feel like family is my karmic cycle in this life because I have a lot of toxicity in my family. You can't choose your family, honestly, you can't. So that's a whole nother thing. But romantic partner. I would love to experience a healthy connection and finally understand what a healthy connection looks like, because I don't see that in my household. I never had a healthy connection with my father, and that's where all of this stems from, I believe. I feel like that healthy connection with your father is needed in order to healthily connect with a man. But since I didn't have that guiding force, I'm like, what is healthy? What is healthy? I'm still on the journey for that. I feel like I know what healthy is. I can feel it in my soul because I know how to be a healthy communicator. I feel like even in those relationships I was in, I did play a part in my own suffering, but I did know how to communicate. I would try to resolve situations without yelling and screaming and without being angry. But now more than ever, I feel like I'm able to communicate how I feel on a deeper level and express how I feel more organically. And go hard for myself because I care for myself. Before, I wouldn't really go hard for myself. I cared for me, but I just wouldn't go as hard as I should have. So, yeah, I feel like experiencing a healthy connection will allow me to level up in this life. And that's not the only reason I want it. I do want to connect with somebody healthily. But it would just put a lot of things into perspective for me, and it will allow me to see relationships in a different light, and it will allow me to see a union and a connection in a healthy way, and understand that these are needed in life too. Don't judge people because they're in a relationship. Sometimes I'm that type where I'm like, oh my God, you can't do anything without this man, like stuff like that. But I know I will be able to form a new state of mind out of a deep connection and a healthy connection with a partner. And they will allow me to see new things and see things from a different perspective. Also, I feel like people that are on this kind of playing field that I'm on, it motivates me so much to go hard. Other people motivate me. When you are at a certain level, it's like you are who you hang around. You are who you surround yourself with. So when I'm around people that are just like me, or just like even better than me in some way that I may think in some figment, I'm like, I want to be like you. I'm gonna go hard just like you. I'm gonna do this just like you. Like, you're inspiring me. You're inspiring me to meet you at this level. Like, I want to meet you at this level because I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing. It's beautiful. It's an amazing thing. So I would absolutely love a unionship. Now it's just, I gotta let go of any resentment and anger I have towards relationships, towards the way I've been treated, towards men. Towards men. You know, I feel like I've let a lot go, but I think most importantly, I need to let go of how I used to feel in these situations, any points of confrontation, points of anything like that. But I know with a healthy connection, I wouldn't feel that low vibration eating me up. Either that, or it's just me being reminded of the past again. So it's like letting my intuition guide me in the best way, and knowing when this is your intuitive, it's coming out of an intuitive place, or knowing when it's coming out of a hurt place. It's coming from your past, and you gotta let that go, honey. This is not the same person that you were with in your past. So yeah, I'm calling on it, and yeah, that's what I want. I always used to think, also, it used to be so corny when people be like, I want a relationship, and like, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, you need to find love within yourself. I used to be so big on that, and I am still so big on that. But I do feel like unions are important because you do learn different parts of yourself. Healthy unions are important because you do elevate in some way, because you are getting a healthy connection, you're getting healthy love in your life. So yeah, I'm calling upon it. I do want it. I don't need it, but I'm gonna continue to open my heart to a connection that is healthy. And I'm aligning myself with that. So I'm gonna end it on that note. Thank you for listening in on this episode of Comfy Reflections and Realizations. This was a really good flow, and nothing was gonna stop me from recording this, so thank you for joining. Please subscribe if you like any of these talks. Thank you. Bye. Have a great, lovely day. I do want to upload this. Like, I'm trying to do this every Sunday upload, but I didn't film last week. So yeah, anyways, bye. Thank you for joining, and please subscribe if you enjoy these talks. Bye.